Hello. What if I told you that the United States is responsible for approximately 19.73% of the total carbon dioxide emissions? What if I also told you that global temperature increases could cause 15 to 40 species to reach extinction? But at the same time, in order to solve these problems, $500 billion per year would be needed to combat these problems. This would wreak havoc on the middle class and cause greater unemployment. What are the benefits? What are the costs? That is what the Green New Deal seeks to tackle. The Green New Deal got its roots during the 2008 economic crisis. This triple crisis of economic, ecological, and eco-social problems spurred the creation of this Green New Deal. The goal of the Green New Deal is to solve today's climate crisis while also advocating and creating social policies. Green New Deal has very simple basics. It wants to replace fossil fuel-based economy with a renewable-based economy, and it is dependent on public and private investments. It is composed of four main components. First is to reduce carbon dependency. Second is to reduce ecological scarcity. Third is to eliminate the challenges faced by developing nations. And the fourth is that each country should focus approximately 1% of its GDP towards the Green New Deal over a 2-year span. These are the objectives of the Green New Deal. If it were to come into place, a 45% cut in carbon emissions by 2030 could keep global warming to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit. This could create jobs, and it would also help the environment greatly. There are problems faced with the Green New Deal, however. First one is a dispute between the political parties over the contents of the proposed Green New Deal. There's concern over contraction of overall GDP, and there's also, however, approval of the reduction of emissions. This creates a hostile environment because both the Democratic and Republican Party in the United States are unable to come to agreement on a policy that will meet both parties' demands while also meeting the demands of the American citizens. Conservative opinions generally oppose the Green New Deal. They view this as radical left-wing ideology, and they believe that the current proposed Green New Deal will be devastating to the middle class. They also cite hypocrisy from the Democratic Party, as many senators who have stated their approval and support of the Green New Deal have later voted against it the few times it has been brought before Congress. The liberal side, however, is much more focused on social and climate issues facing the world. They view this as an opportunity for change, and they believe that the green jobs will jumpstart the economy. The liberals are focused on equality and conservation. This is Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from New York. She is the main supporter of the Green New Deal, and she's been the one pushing it forward. The main problems are the disagreement between parties and also the general lack of purpose of the Green New Deal, as it has created more problems that it could solve currently. The Green New Deal needs more scientific support, and as of right now, there is not enough total involvement to create a congressional act that would be worthwhile. There are potential resolutions, however, to solve the current problems that are associated with the Green New Deal's proposal. First step that needs to be taken is a re-examination of the current proposed Green New Deal. Both the Republican and Democratic parties need to state what they believe to be positives and negatives about the Green New Deal in order to come to a conclusion. More scientific input needs to also be gathered and put into further consideration when considering current proposed policies. There are also impacts on other sectors of the United States that need to be considered as well, such as economic problems, social problems, and international relations, as well as many other issues. Solutions that could solve the problems of the Green New Deal are to eliminate certain propositions from the current Green New Deal. Current proposed factors include free college, healthcare, and jobs guarantees. These are not needed for a green-focused and environmentally friendly deal, and they do not need to be included in the current proposal. Once Congress is able to determine what is positive and what is negative, they need to move forward with the positive aspects that have been determined and leave behind the negatives. Future outlook of the Green New Deal. This is coming at a time where very many Americans are desperate for change. Change has been spurred even further by the coronavirus pandemic, and many people are desperate for new life and anything that would give hope. There's also been a recent overturn in Congress within the past 2 years, as many seats have been flipped. If the previously mentioned provisions are met, then the Green New Deal can be put into action. If not, then there is not much chance that it can be passed because there is too much dispute and too much disparity between Republicans and Democrats in the House of Representatives and the Senate, and there would be no possibility of resolution. The first work cited. The second work cited. The third work cited. The fourth work cited. And the fifth work cited. Thank you.